afternoon, my name is Kara Kurtz, and today I'm going to be demonstrating on how to properly trim a dog's nails. So, trimming a dog's nails is one of the most basic routine maintenance things that you have to do. You have to get their nails cut about every 3 to 4 weeks, which is about $10 to $15 each time, whether you go to a vet clinic or a groomer. So by learning how to cut your dog's nails properly through this demonstration video, it will save you a good $10 to $15 every time you take your dog to go get their nails trimmed. So today I have a couple audience members with me today who are going to help me show you all how to properly trim a dog's nail. We have Michael Kurtz, who is going to be showing you how to restrain a dog and hold her while we trim her nails. We have Kimberly Kurtz, who is going to be here just to kind of observe and ask any questions if she's confused on anything. And then allowing us to trim her nails today, we have Peaches. So before we get into the trimming of the nails and just jumping right in, we need to go over kind of the parts of the nails and the materials that you'll need. So animals' nails are very different from human nails. They actually have a nail bed that retracts in and out. So to get a proper cut on a dog's nail, what you're going to have to do is take the dog's paw and you're going to push right on the end of it, right on that nail bed, and push that nail out. And what that does is it extends everything in the nail, and it really allows you to get a good cut and make sure that you can really see every part of the nail. The other very interesting part about their nails is that they have one main blood vessel that runs through the middle of their nail. This part of the nail is called the quick. It is easier to see in dogs that have lighter toenails, such as Peaches, because her toenails are very see-through tan. But if your dog has black toenails, it can be a little bit harder to see, but it's definitely not impossible to trim their nails. So the quick is about a pink color that runs right through the middle of the nail. And if you do cut this, it does bleed, and it can be painful for the dog, but it's not intolerable. And if you do cut it, we have what's called quick stop, which you put on the end of the nail where it is bleeding, and it basically makes the blood clot, and it makes the blood stop running out, and it kind of stops the bleeding and controls it. And then when you're getting ready to trim their nails, what you're going to need is a couple things. If you're doing a larger dog, you might want to have to do this like on a table or on the floor, and you're going to want to lay a towel down. But today, since Peaches is a small pug, we're just going to be holding her. So I'm going to show you how to trim nails doing a holding restraint on a smaller dog. You're also going to need a pair of nail clippers and some Quick Stop. You can get Quick Stop on Amazon, or you can just get it from a vet clinic. So it's not that hard to find. And you're going to want to pour a little bit of it out on like a tissue so that if you do clip it, you don't have to worry about trying to pour it. While the dog's sitting there bleeding, you can just put it on the tissue and go. So now we're going to show you how to properly restrain a dog. So when you're having your helper hold your dog, what you're going to want them to do is hold them with one arm, and then the arm that they're resting in, you're going to want to put between their paws, so that way it kind of spreads their paws out so that I can easily get to her paw and trim her nails. So before we get right onto the cutting, her nails are very hard, like all dogs' nails are, so you're going to want to make sure that when you go to trim the nail, you're doing a quick, confident cut. You don't want to do it slow or kind of hesitate, because the dog can move their nail and you can accidentally get the quick, or if you're not fast and confident, you might not trim the nail all the way, and then a piece of it's just hanging on there, and that's not comfortable for the dog. So before you even start getting ready to trim their nails, you need to make sure that you have a helper who is ready to help you and knows how to properly restrain a dog. You need to make sure that you have your materials out and ready to go, because you don't want to be fumbling around with them when they're getting ready. And the final thing you're going to need is a distraction. So what that is a dog treat. What works best is just a good old milk bone or a pretzel with spray cheese on it. They love it. And what you're going to want to do is just going to have your helper who's restraining them kind of hold it in front of their face so that they focus on the treat, and they're kind of preoccupied and not worried about cutting on their feet. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to the trimming of the nails. So what you're going to want to do is just push that one nail out like we talked about, and just push the nail right in there and clip it. And so you're going to do that on all 5 paws, on all 4 paws, on all 5 toes, and don't forget the dew claw that's up on top. And that is basically how you trim a dog's nails. Does anyone in my audience have any questions about any of the materials or restraints or positions I showed y'all?
Is the Quick Stop the only thing I can use, or is there a cheaper alternative?
You can actually get Quick Stop, like I said, from your local vet or on Amazon, or also what works best and is about $20 cheaper is a thing of cornstarch. The exact same stuff that's in Quick Stop is in cornstarch, and it'll do the exact same thing of making your clot the blood on the end of your dog's nails.
Thank you.
So just remember, when you're trimming your dog's nails, number 1, you need to have a person who is there to restrain. Number 2, you need to make sure you have all your materials out and ready. Number 3, have a distraction so that the dog is preoccupied and they don't know you're messing with their feet. And number 4, be confident about your cuts and don't hesitate or take your time, because the dogs might kind of get a little antsy. Thank y'all for coming and helping me with my demonstration on how to properly trim a dog's nail.